You are now listening to the West Side of THA afterparty.com.
Hi, I'm James Lott Jr., producer and host of Extra Connections. Join me every Monday live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I bring on people from all walks of life. I will connect you with people, places, things, and ideas. You'll never know who will stop by. That's Extra Connections every Monday on the West Side of the Afterparty Radio. See you at the party.
Connections. Extra Connections. 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 People, places, things, ideas. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, healings. Arts, culture, politics, science. Health, music, acting, dance. Connections. Extra connections. 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 Older, younger, full hunger. Living life, victory, strife. Arts, culture, politics, science. Health, music, acting, dance. 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 Connections. Extra connections. 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 Extra connections. Connections. Extra connections.
It must be Monday. Monday. Extra Connections, the After Party Radio. Hi, you guys. It's me, James Lott Jr. Actually, I'm going to stop saying you guys because I read somewhere that's not good anymore. So, hi, all of you. How's that? We'll do that from now on. I used to be saying it for so long, but someone said you shouldn't say it anymore, so I'm not going to say it anymore. So, how's everyone tonight? It is Monday. It is actually cooler in Los Angeles than it's normally been. Oh, my goodness. Let's just get over a little more. Okay. There you go. We'll just get a little closer. Okay, we know each other. So, I have somebody with me who is exactly 20 years younger than me. Exactly 20 years younger than me. It's crazy talk. I went to the same high school. So, this is very Inglewood because we both went to Inglewood High School. And we both, do you live in Inglewood?
Yep.
Yeah, he lives in Inglewood, so I live in Inglewood. We're at the studios in Inglewood, the after party. Shout out to Miss Brittany in the booth. Britt Bratton lives in the booth there. She's duking it out. And we're very Inglewood tonight. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things, but he is from Keller. I need to actually ask him, so what is actually the title? Is it Keller Williams Silicon Beach? Is it Keller Williams Marina? Like, what is it?
Yeah. So it was formerly Keller Williams Marina Del Rey.
Okay.
Now it is Keller Williams Silicon Beach.
Okay, we're going to talk about why it's called that. He's a mentor. He actually does some acting and stuff too, like things. But he's also a friend of mine. I'm very happy to have him, Jerry Morales.
Hey, thanks everyone. Not just you guys, but everyone. I'm learning.
Me too. I'm learning also.
Thanks for having me on. And yeah, it's actually a pretty good day out in LA today, in Inglewood of all places.
It is.
So
we're going to talk about that too.
Really awesome to be here.
So a little housekeeping, little church announcements. So we're going to do that. Okay, so you follow us on The After Party. It's THA After Party. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. After Party West is on Facebook. And then on Instagram, The After Party. So not THETHA. Follow them there. Oh, we got tons of great shows. I want to thank Miss Gina, who was on before me. She always leads me in to do this show. We love Get It Done with Gina Clayton. She's the bomb. She's out there. She's Miss Fabulous. She's working it out. Also, I actually podcast the show afterwards and make it into a YouTube video. So you can go to YouTube, and I just forgot to give Brittany my my stick. I'll get you afterwards. This is live, folks. All live. It's live. But anyway, so it'll be on YouTube. My channel is JLJ Media. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit that button that says subscribe and follow me there. And it's also as a podcast, audio podcast on iTunes, Spreaker.com, and iHeartRadio. While you're there also, either it says like or follow or whatever, just hit it. Comment, rate. When you rate and hit like, it actually brings the podcast, the algorithm, brings it up further, gives it more attention. That's what I was told. And I've been getting, people have actually been following, subscribing, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. The page on Facebook is Extra Connection Show. Before we start talking to him, you're going to hear some new songs today from me. Yesterday, a new song of mine came out. You're going to hear it during one of the breaks. It's called Running Smoothly. If I am correct, it is the first dance song that talks about organizing in the whole world. So if I'm wrong, somebody tell me. Send me a song, but I think it's the only one. And so the group I work with called Chog, and it's called Running Smoothly. You'll hear that earlier. It came out yesterday on all music platforms, so stream it on Spotify, Pandora, listen to it on iTunes, buy it on Google Play, whatever, just get it. And then you're going to hear another song of mine called Ms. Pac-Man is My Best Friend. And it's an 80s song. I made it so 80s you will think you're drinking the new Coke. It's really good, and I got it. It's coming out on September 20th, and I want to give a shout out to my producer, Palms. He's really good. And my new album, my 4th album. I've done 4 albums. I can't believe that. 19 songs.
Wow.
I recorded 30. And pare it down.
Whoa.
19 songs. It's called Salty Clouds and Sunflower Dreams, and it's with the Third Dimension. So that's coming out October 15th. So and the cover I had commissioned. It's a cartoon cover of me and my band.
That's really awesome.
So I had that done. So that's where
Look
I'm
at
for.
you.
I know I'm trying to work it out for
Hustlin', Inglewood style. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's how we do in the
yeah.
wood. That's how we do.
I heard somebody start calling it. I saw this on Insecure also, which I love Insecure.
Okay.
I love that song. I love the show. I can't even tell you how much I love the show. They're calling Inglewood I Would now. Have you heard that?
I haven't really heard that too much.
Okay, so
like
what is
people.
that? I've heard a few that.
I really don't even know what I Would is.
Okay, he's a young one.
Just like you, in passing. I'm becoming old timer too now.
He's been old timer now. He
You
turned 30 and that's it.
These young cats under 20, they're I would. I'm like, what?
I heard I would. I'm like, okay, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Inglewood is changing. So so you've seen it obviously, like I have. And as a realtor, it must be. I mean, has your business just increased because all the houses going for sale and everything?
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily like increased like dramatically or anything, but I've definitely seen a pickup in business. I think not only just me personally because I've grown in the business, but because people want to move now. I get a lot of people who are saying, hey, you know what? My house value went up. I want to sell. I want to move out of state, be with family. Right? Or more people who are looking at Inglewood. I actually had this conversation over the weekend. I went to a housewarming party for some previous clients of mine who I helped get a home back in July, and some of their friends purchased an Inglewood last year. And they go, yeah, we never thought we'd buy an Inglewood previously.
Well,
and then
no,
they drove around the area, and they saw some of the areas of Inglewood. They said, hey, this is just like a Westchester or Culver City. I never thought Inglewood was like this. All you ever hear about it is like in rap songs and stuff like that, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, you know, the whole city's changing. The environment's changing a lot. We're getting a little bit more traffic, obviously, because of the forum.
That is
and we're going to get a lot more once the
is.
stadium is here next year, right?
Yeah.
Overall, you know, we are seeing some positive changes in the wood, and the mindset is there, which I like, right? A lot of people are getting in the mindset of, I want to become a homeowner now. Now they're realizing, hey, your rents are going up. And it's not only an Inglewood thing, it's a LA thing.
Yes.
Right? It's the LA thing. And so with that being said, actually Inglewood has a lot of programs they're rolling out to assist first-time home buyers in the city buy property. So if you can get approved for a home loan of just $250, they can actually help you get the other $350, which is a max purchase price of $650.
Okay.
And your mortgage will only be reflected on the $250 amount, which is like probably less than $2,000 a month.
That's good to know.
So that's, you know, the program's limited right now. Only 10 people have access to the program with a wait list of, I believe, 38 total. I actually talked to the city of Inglewood directly, and they're looking to get more funds to allocate towards more people that can qualify for these programs. So, you know, we've heard announcements of people donating to Inglewood, the owner of the Clippers, right, donating excess amount of money to Inglewood. So hopefully some of those funds will be allocated towards more programs to allow more people to purchase in Inglewood while keeping their mortgage lower. So hey, there's programs are out there for people as long as you've lived in Inglewood for 3 years.
Okay.
You may be able to qualify for a program like that. And they're
I didn't
actually,
know that.
yeah, it's a newer program. I'm helping some of the first batch of people who have
Okay.
access to it. So,
Wow.
it's kind of like a trial phase type thing.
Okay.
They give them a 6-month period, and if they can get a home, they're going to lock them in. The city of Inglewood holds those funds themselves. So, if they get that money, they qualify for $250. The city of Inglewood will give the other $350 to them.
Oh,
And it's just a way to get people into homes,
okay.
right? Because they understand that, hey, because we signed documentation to allow the stadium to come and we have all these changes coming to the city, we realize that, prices have gone up, not only because of that, but also because LA in general, right? Because Hawthorne's still expensive, Gardena's still expensive, even areas in LA you can't really buy a single family home, and I'd say a pretty
No.
decent home under 400 now,
No. Anymore.
and
I noticed that in especially on the west side.
yeah, at all.
West.
West of the 110 freeway,
Yeah.
you're not buying anything under 4. That's
And
reasonable.
because it's spreading. Also, I noticed to Wilmington and East and Southeast LA
Yep.
and Compton
Mhm.
and all that whole. It's all starting to spread. I have friends who are buying property in Downey instead
Yeah.
of going to Southgate, going that far over
Yeah.
to find a home. I
Yep.
was like, wow. I mean, it's very. I mean, it's getting very expensive.
Yeah, it's more of a LA thing. A lot of people associate the stadium with, the increase in prices, which attributes a bit to it, but really it's a LA wide, thing going on right now where, just the cost of living in LA has just risen so much.
They need to
Right.
raise more money for people when they can make better livings.
Right.
Obviously.
You know what's crazy is I think the figure is like a little bit below 120 grand. It's considered low income for qualifying for housing assistance
Ugh,
in LA County.
that's
It's
crazy.
more in the Bay Area though.
Oh wow! See, I'm from the Bay Area, so I know.
It's like 140 in the
What I'm seeing for me, all this sticker shock happening for everybody. I saw that 20 years ago in San Francisco,
No, okay.
the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And now in San Francisco, my friends who are still there, I lived there for 16 years. I
Mhm.
left 10 years ago, just in time. My friends are saying a lot of them can't even live in San Francisco anymore. They haven't to leave because even though they have jobs where they make like $100,000 a year, they still can't afford the place they live.
Yeah, and so people are saying, oh, it's going to go down in LA, this
Yeah.
and that's going to happen, but look what happened in the Bay Area, right?
Yep.
Got to get something now, or you're going to be
screwed.
left going to Fontana,
Ugh. And I'd rather live on the beach
Right.
in a tent than live in Fontana.
Hmm.
Sorry, Fontana people.
You see James and I in Venice.
Yeah, I'm like, I will not
hanging
be
out by Snapchat and all that.
okay. I will not be. Out in Rancho Cucamonga and stuff or Ontario. Ugh, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's hot.
Sorry, no offense to you guys out there who live. I'm sure you're lovely people, but I would not. I've been out there for.
We're LA cats, okay?
Yeah.
We're
I
used
like
to
living near the beach.
Yeah, we're used to living near the beach. You get
and
that
the
breeze.
airport. The breeze.
Mhm.
Exactly. I was just in the valley today, and I'm like, "Where's my breeze? You're all landlocked over there." I'm like, ugh, no, thank you. But no, it is. I mean, so I live in Inglewood, folks. I'm not gonna tell you my address. None of your business. But I live in Inglewood, and I live near Baldwin Hills and Windsor Hills and View Park, and that's all changing too. Like that
Oh,
little
yeah.
Mort Park, it's all changing. I'm seeing homes. There was one house. I think my sister, who I think she's watching, we saw a house over on Fairview.
Okay.
It was going up for like $1.4 million,
Whoa.
and no one. They've taken it off the market.
Wow.
Like no one bought it,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, that part of Fairview, 64th, is still kind of ghetto. I guess. I mean, it's like it's nice homes, but it hasn't caught up to what they think it is. I think.
Exactly, and that happens a lot where you see people try to get like, really greedy at the end of the day. Like I see one by my house. I'm not gonna tell you where I live, but by Ash
None of your
Park.
business.
By Ash Park, literally
Yes.
on Ash, there's one right now that's going for, I say, a little bit over 100 grand, probably like 150,000 listed, more than
Yeah.
it should be. And it's just
Okay.
because they're trying to see if they can get that much more. It's like, people aren't dumb,
They're
they're not
dumb.
going to sell for 100,000 more than they should, right?
No. Right.
And that's why they have appraisers in place to do that, to safeguard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hey, in any market, you're always gonna get that. No matter where you go, anywhere in the whole nation, world, you're always gonna get that one person that's gonna try to see if they can get like 100 grand more, and then they won't,
They won't.
and then they have to go down or take it off the market, right? And so it is what it is. But really, in Inglewood right now, I say single family home entry level is like 500 plus
Okay.
right now for a
Okay.
decent little home. Condos like 400
Okay.
around there, maybe a little bit less. But the craziest thing, James, the craziest thing is when I graduated college, and I'll tell you my age, you'll see, in 2012,
Okay.
there were condos selling for around 100,000.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah.
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 In Inglewood.
Not anymore. Not anymore,
Not
people. Ha ha ha
anymore.
ha ha. Not anymore.
It's crazy. I remember when this paperwork got signed that we're going to get the Rams coming
Yeah.
to Inglewood.
Yes.
I had a client in escrow who was kind of getting cold feet. And he was like, I don't think I should do it. I think it's a bad investment. I was like, dude, you don't understand
Right.
what just happened right now.
Yeah.
Like, you do not comprehend. Your $200,000 condos gonna go up.
Yeah.
He could sell it right now for like almost 4 or 5. Like, if his condo was pretty clean.
Yeah.
He bought that in 2016.
Okay.
3 years later, he could sell it for literally 4, almost doubled in value. And he literally texted me that Christmas that year, "Thank you so much,"
See, he was like,
because my value went up so much.
Yes.
And I was like, dude, I wasn't trying to play you. I
Right.
was trying to help you out.
Right.
I was trying to hook you up,
Exactly.
like straight up. Like,
I
he was
mean-
like, no, thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, I know people are gun shy a lot of times buying a home. It's a big
Yeah,
responsibility.
it
that
happens.
all the
It's
time.
natural. It's natural fear like
Right.
anything, right? Anything you do, it's gonna go through your mind. That natural fear, any kind of doubt, any thought, it's gonna go through, no matter what, right? But just the same as if you do anything more and more, it gets easier, right? The first time I was on your show, I was all like,
Yes.
now I'm a natural. You're like,
Yeah.
Jerry, this, that, we're gonna do this.
He's-
I'm like,
he's
boom,
fine.
boom, boom, boom. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
He's done several
I
years
feel like a
with me
pro.
now.
Like
Yes.
James is teaching me.
Yes.
I'm a pro now. Look.
Exactly. Fine. Fine. But I know folks are afraid because they think, well, I can't own a home. And you just gave an example of what
Yeah.
there's out there a little bit. So you have to do your research, kind of find the right people to talk to
Mm-hmm.
to let you know what's out there. Like him, he's here. And now when it comes Silicon Beach,
Mm-hmm.
I thought Silicon Beach was like Malibu to like Santa Monica, but no, it's going now it's down
It's
to Palos
really
Verdes, right?
centralized, really.
Like,
Last
like-
time I was on your show,
Yeah.
I classified it wrong, so I was like the whole beach, right?
Yeah.
It's really mainly like Venice Prime,
Okay.
Playa Vista,
Okay.
Playa del Rey. Westchester is now
Yeah, I was
considered
saying.
Silicon Beach
Mhm.
area. A lot of people are claiming, Silicon Beach
Yes.
homes. So I'd say more so those 4 areas are there's
Okay.
Silicon Beach Prime, primarily really Venice, where Google
Oh,
is,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
right? And near the boardwalk,
Yeah.
and where Snapchat is, and then also like all the development going on in Playa Vista.
Yeah, there's a lot going on
There's
there.
still a few more that are rolling out, phase 3, and then in addition to that, you have Playa del Rey, a lot of those condominium buildings that have been
Yes.
there a while,
Yes.
and then also in Westchester now, because those are like primarily the single-family homes near LMU. So
That area over there is growing. So it was all just like swamplands or marshland or whatever. There was nothing
yeah,
out
Playa
there.
Vista, yeah.
There was nothing out there
Have you
like
been-
5 years ago.
Yeah, have you been to the Cinemark?
Yeah,
on
and Whole
Jefferson? It's
Foods,
so
all that.
nice.
Yeah,
It's
everything
so
over there.
nice.
There's a Whole Foods, CVS, that whole thing behind this whole little city back there, and Hop
Yeah.
Daddy, and all these places over there, and Starbucks. I mean,
You
it's
got
like
medical offices, dental,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
everything.
everything over there. So
Yeah,
I
movies in the park. It's really nice.
I actually filmed I have shameless plug number 10. I have a series called The Churro Chronicles with
Okay.
Churro the Chewini,
Okay.
and we film at a park over there in Playa Vista.
Nice.
Behind all that stuff.
Oh,
And
really?
It's a cute little park, and it's just like and people walking their kids and dogs,
Yeah.
and just like a whole life back over there, and a mail station and all this stuff over there. I'm like,
That's really cool.
but I'm sure it's too expensive for me. And I remember when they started building those the condos over there. I had some friends who did have money. They were invited. They invite people to come and see, come and see the homes, and they said they were small.
There's some pretty
Square footage
big
was
ones.
small. I'm sure it's the big ones now.
Yeah.
But they said what
Well,
they
I
saw.
think also compared to what is left,
Yeah.
now you're like, hey, this is pretty big.
Yes.
Because it's getting like San Fran, where it's like,
Yes.
800 square foot is like big
Yes.
now.
Yes.
So a lot of those condominiums are like 1,000 square feet, give or take, 1,200 square feet.
I live in a
So you
house.
got
I'm
some
sorry, I can't do
decent
that.
space. Yeah.
I live in a house.
Yeah,
I can't
hear
even-
you. I mean, I still love the wood. The
Oh.
hood, the wood.
You
know what I'm saying?
I
Like-
would, what it's called.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd prefer to buy in a bigger home in Inglewood than even probably Westchester at this point,
Okay.
because I'm from it. I'm from the area. I love it. I know my value's gonna keep going up, and it's more affordable, and I get a lot of bigger bang for my buck, right?
Yes.
So why not?
We're going to do it. We're going to be right back. We're going to talk some more with Jerry Morales. This is Extra Connections on the After Party Radio.
A clean desk, a place to sit, a door to close, a spot for keys. Running smoothly, running smoothly, running smoothly, running smoothly. Matching socks, on time everywhere. Seats for passengers, just enough shoes. Running smoothly, running smoothly, running smoothly, running smoothly. Professional organizers, affecting change in the world. change in the world. Sharing the tools of trade. Lives change for the better. 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 A clean desk, a place to sit, a door to close, a spot for keys. Running smoothly, running smoothly, running smoothly, running smoothly. Matching socks, on time everywhere. Seats for passengers, just enough shoes. Running smoothly, running smoothly, running smoothly, running smoothly. Professional organizers, affecting change in the world. Sharing their tools of trade. Lives change for the better. 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 Better, 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 better. Running smoothly, running smoothly. Professional organizers, affecting change in the world. Sharing their tools of trade. Lives change for the better. 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 Better, 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 better.
We are back. It's Extra Connections here on After Party Radio. I'm James Lott Jr. I'm here with Jerry Morales, and we're talking Inglewood. We're talking homes. You already talked about why people should get a home. So people should be trying to not rent anymore in this area because it's just you're throwing away your money, aren't you?
Pretty much, essentially. So when you buy a home, think of it as a credit card, right? You have a value. Let's say you buy a home for $500,000, just $500,000, 50. Okay, when you have a credit card limit of $500, every time you pay it down, your limit changes, right? So you have access to that amount, right? Same thing with the house. Let's say you pay off a house and it's 30-year loan, and 15 years you pay half. So now you owe 250. Let's say it just didn't change your value, just say. So now you have technically 250,000 equity, right? Same as you would a credit card. If you paid down the amount that you owed, if you're maxed at 5 and you pay it down 250, now you have 250 you have access to, right? Same with the home, right? In 30 years, if you pay it all off your home, then you're what you call free and clear. You don't owe anything. All you're paying is taxes. You're not paying rent. So really, when you want to retire, right, in 30 years, you should get a job by like your mid-20s or retire maybe in your 50s or whatever. Then you should be able to live pretty much a free lifestyle, right? And so that's the whole point. So basically, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is if you can pretty much afford rent, you could probably afford a mortgage somewhere in LA. Maybe not where you want to. What I say is you probably have to go somewhere a little bit more east. If you can afford rent in Westchester, you can probably afford a home in Inglewood. If you can afford rent in Inglewood, you could probably afford a home more on the east side, right? So you're probably not going to get what you want, right? But you can get something, and that can be a stepping stone. So, for instance, if you purchased a property, let's say you bought it in 2015, and it was 350,000. I'm giving an example of a home that I was doing a lot of open houses for when I first started doing real estate in Inglewood. So a home for 250,000, 2-bed, 1-bath, completely remodeled in 90305, like on 78th or something like that, right?
Okay.
Right by Manchester Crenshaw. It was going for 350 back then. Now it could probably sell for anywhere from 5 to 550 easily. So let's say it sells for 500. That's 150,000 equity that person gained in these last 4 years, 5 years, right? And so they can sell their house, use the 150 down to put on another house right now.
Okay.
And so that's how people keep gradually getting up. So they start off with a condo or starter home at first, and then they sell that house and upgrade to a bigger home. And they're probably got a pay raise or something like that, or they save more money, so their mortgage is affordable for them. It's either the same or maybe a little bit more, but they can afford it because now they have higher pay. So that's the benefit of homeownership. Plus, you get tax deductions, right? You could write off the interest that you're paying to the lender, right? Because you're paying interest, right? 3, 4%, whatever the case, 5%. So that's tax deductible, and then other miscellaneous expenses are tax deductible too. So you have more tax benefits when you own a home. So you get more when you do your taxes at the end of the year. So those are the benefits, as opposed to renting. When you rent, people say you're throwing your money away, right? Which I like to say, hey, it's beneficial to own a home, but it's your life and your lifestyle, right? So, if you need a little bit more time, don't rush into anything, is what I'm trying to say, right? Lifestyle is everything, right? I'd prefer somebody to stay in an area or place for a year or two where their lifestyle is better rather than a long commute. Don't go buying a house in Lancaster for 250,
like
300 grand.
Did in the 90s. Everybody did
right?
in the 90s,
And then drive 2 hours to
Which
LA.
they still do.
To LA. If you're for it, great. If you can, if that's the lifestyle you're for, great. Point is, don't sacrifice your lifestyle, because you only get one life. You can buy and sell homes all day, and hey, it's great to make an investment and do all that, right? But if you're sacrificing your lifestyle, then maybe you should reconsider, right? So that's my biggest thing, right? Yeah, it's great to own a home. I'm a big advocate for it, but to me, it's more so a lifestyle, right? And if you want to, find a way to create that lifestyle that you want, where you can own a home and still, have easy commute times and be centrally located where you want to, then seriously talk to me. We can set up a game plan, whether it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-year game plan. That's what I'm always all about. I've had clients who I've closed with this year, my 5th year in the business, who I pretty much started working with when I first started the business. And it's not like an everyday type of thing, but we'll check in every few months. Or after this year, they're like, hey, this is where I'm at. I'm like, okay, cool. You should do this, this, and that next year. And then they literally make those changes, and now they're homeowners because of that. How crazy is that? I've seen their daughter grow up from a little baby, a blob, to where she's running around when we finally get the keys. And she's holding the sign, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Now, Inglewood has a strange map. Because it does stop and start in places, and I live in the northeast corner. Basically, I live basically up in the northeast corner, and I'm right across the street is Los Angeles. I'm like right there. So you must know that there's Morningside Park, there's Arbor Village, there's all these other places where all of a sudden you're out of Inglewood, and you're in Inglewood, and you're out of Inglewood, and you're in Inglewood, then you're like, is that Lennox? Or is that Lawn? Is that Lawndale now? Yeah, Hawthorne. So Inglewood has a strange map, doesn't it?
Yeah. So basically, west of Van Ness is Inglewood.
Okay.
North, mostly north of Imperial, with the exception of technically Lennox. It's technically, because of the City of Inglewood program, you can't use it in Lennox because it's its own incorporated area.
Okay.
Right. So technically Lennox is Inglewood, but it's not. It's its own incorporated area.
Okay.
It's pretty much so west of Van Ness, essentially north of Imperial, with the exception of Lennox, east of La Cienega. I mean, east of La Cienega, east of La Cienega, and south of Slauson for the most part.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, no, you're right about that. Yeah,
for some areas though. So like 90305, it's literally like part of Slauson, like 2 blocks before Slauson is where Inglewood ends, like on 78 or something, like up there, one of those streets up there, right?
Okay.
It's like Inglewood, and then 2 blocks of LA, and then Slauson.
Okay.
90305 where you're at, up in the corner.
I'm 302.
Oh, 302?
Yeah.
Up where you're at, too. So by Fairview, it ends around Fairview. 90043 is like that border.
Yeah.
Fairview is pretty much that border over there.
Yeah, Fairview is the border, yes.
Yeah. So it turns from 90302 to 90043.
Yes. Yeah. And my friends who are at 90305, they're actually by the Forum.
Yeah.
So some of them, they're by the Forum. Because I have a couple of clients that are in Briarwood.
Yeah, Briarwood's nice.
And the other one, I'm thinking of the other one.
The Carlton
Square. Thank
yeah.
you. They're 305. And I was like, oh, okay. I see, because we're on the other side of the cemetery. The cemetery separates us. Because I was like, there's a West Boulevard on this side. And I don't on the other West Boulevard. Like, it was kind of funny how that.
That's why I thought you were.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of it. On the other side of the. I'm actually going to be where the new Metro is going to be.
Okay.
I have a Metro stop right by my house being built.
So you go to Staples Center.
Well, there's that. I don't watch basketball or anything, so I'm on the
performance. There's a concert.
Yes. But for me, I can walk to the Forum. I can walk to the new stadium. I'm a football person. I can walk to the stadium.
Okay.
I like that. I like that idea. I like that idea better. Nice. I'm not a Clippers fan, so sorry, folks. I have no thoughts about the Clippers stadium. I mean, I know they're going to build one there too. But I know, but for me, just that they're all so close, it has increased the traffic, of course, in my area. But I like that it's so close. I do go to concerts and things like that, and I love football, so I will go to. The stadium looks great so far. I'm seeing. I pass by it all the time.
Yeah.
On Prairie, and I'm like, I can't wait till it's really built.
But yeah, it's gonna look like a Grove.
Right.
Right, like a Grove or Americana. Like outside, it's gonna look really nice. They're gonna have like apartment condominiums. Yeah. They're gonna have a theater, movie theater, restaurants, shopping mall. So it's gonna be really nice, actually. So envision that we're not only getting the stadium with the football team coming, the Rams, but we're also getting nice dining out there, a nice home theater in our hometown again, like a nice big one.
They need to make Market Street back to something.
They do have plans to revitalize Market Street. I heard
things in there, but
I haven't seen anything actually being put into place in a massive scale. That is.
No.
So, but they do have plans to revitalize Market Street, from what I've heard.
So.
At
I'll
a couple
believe
of
when I see it.
Town meetings. So.
Yeah, I'll believe when I see it.
Yeah, I hear that.
No, I know the mayor, so I know Mayor Butts, and I actually saw him the other day. I talked to him the other day, and I'm trying to get him on the show. He said he'd do it. He said he'd do the show, and that'd be a big get for us. I get him on the show. So Mayor Butts, I'm waiting for you. I just emailed him, but I know him. And I talked to him the other day, and he really wants Inglewood to succeed.
Yeah.
I mean, I want people to know that. Some people, I mean, I follow the Eye on Inglewood, stuff, and people complain all the time or upset. But there are things that they are trying to do, and he's trying to do, so that a lot of us who are from here and who've been living here will be okay. The rents have gone up, and there are some people who own homes who do get greedy and do stuff. That's not the mayor's fault. I mean, that's and people own homes, and so they own complexes. And they own. I mean, that's their thing. So I mean, that's kind of
they raise the rent. I mean,
right. I mean, that's their thing. I mean, it's not the mayor's fault they're doing that. So there are some people out there who are greedy, and who are seeing the dollar signs, and they're trying to do that. And you should go out and fight. Of course, you should fight for your rights. There are rights. There are some rights out there. You just have to you have to do the work and figure it out. But I think Inglewood should be revived. Inglewood's a great city, right?
It's centrally located. I mean, if you really think about it. I mean, look where it's at. The 405 is right there, right? And then you have the airport just down south a little bit. The beach is like a 10, 15-minute drive without traffic.
Without traffic.
You know what I'm saying? Now we have the Forum. Downtown LA is not too far. If you really think about it, just go down Manchester and then hit the 110.
Yep.
No traffic.
We are near the 105, 405, 110, and the 10. The 10's not far either. Go down to Arlington, the 10's right there. I mean, it's not that far either. We are central Los Angeles.
Yeah, literally. Like, we are prime. Like, the beach cities are too far on the beach, right? Getting to LA from the beach cities is too far. When you're somewhere like in Downey or something, getting to the beach is way too far, right? But Inglewood, you get the best of everything. We are like in the prime area of LA, like literally. You know what I'm saying? Like even going to Hollywood, like going down La Brea, it's not that bad. Even with all the traffic nowadays, like a 40-minute drive.
It can be sometimes.
I mean, yeah.
I'm getting old, so I can't do it sometimes. I get my nerves.
I mean, just don't go on the 405 at like 6 a.m. to like 10 a.m.
Or from 3 p.m. to like 8.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're good.
There's times when I'm coming home from the valley, I wait till after like 7 or 8, then I come back in.
Yeah. What's the point?
What's the point? But minus all of that, also the weather is pretty good over here. You can, and as a gardener, I grow all kinds of stuff. I like to have fruits, I have vegetables, I have everything. It's good to grow stuff. It's not too dry. It's not too wet. I love it over here. I love it over here. But to me, it's less smoggy over here. It's way more smoggy when you go to downtown LA or go
way more congested.
Yeah, it's way more congested.
Yeah, we were a little bit more open. We got that breeze from the ocean.
We do.
So it's nice.
So I'll take it. And if you fly a lot, which I have over the years,
so convenient.
It's just like right there. It's literally right here.
I walked home from the airport one time.
I've done it before. I've done that. I've done that.
It didn't even take me that long.
No,
I just want to see. You know, you're curious. You're like, I want to see how long it'll take me to get home.
I've done it.
It's like 35 minutes.
Yeah, I
I
believe
only
that.
had one bag. I was like, let's
Yeah,
just see.
you do that. Well, the thing about also this weather over here, it's so nice is because that we're not in the central location of like everything just going in. Like when you go to downtown LA, it's kind of like a valley and everything just kind of goes in.
Yeah, yeah.
It just sits there.
Mhm.
That's why I like being over here on the side of town. But things grow really nice over here, and I don't like it. I like being a South
We're
Bay person.
Inglewoodians, we're proud. We are proud. We could talk about Inglewood
I
all
left
day.
and came back, so I was like, I mean, that should tell you something. A lot of us
that's true.
actually left and came back, and that's what
That's true.
happened. I never thought I'd be living in Inglewood again, but I actually am glad I live here.
Yeah, in college, I went to Humboldt State up in Northern California.
Yeah.
I would always talk about Inglewood. Pride, very
Yes.
prideful.
Yes, Inglewood. You went to Humboldt. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reputation. That has a reputation. I went to Chico, so that's a reputation there too. So I know about that too. But no, it's Northern California is very different than Southern California. So I like living back down here. I like the weather. But they're also doing the people mover. They just approved that. So from the metro, we have a people mover going into the airport, make it much easier.
Yes, that's gonna help out a lot.
Yeah,
'Cause a lot of people, they just can take a stop, right? Go from the metro to a stop, and then have a family member pick them up at the airport, or they can go straight to downtown.
Well, we're one of the few major cities that doesn't have that.
That's
For
true.
the most part,
That's
we don't
true.
have that. Most majors like Chicago, New York, San Francisco, they all have the BART, the MARTA, they all have systems that go to the airport. We didn't have that.
Yeah, with some infrastructure changes, I mean, LA
Yeah.
can flow a little bit better. I mean, it's a lot of congestion right now, like all the traffic. The 405 is a nightmare, right? Going to UCLA or going to the Valley.
Oh, yeah.
That's where all that comes from.
Ugh, yeah.
But for the most part, but for the most part, I mean, we have ways we can improve the infrastructure to alleviate some of that, to
Yeah.
allow public transportation to help some of us get to and from places without having to worry about being on the pipeline of, insane traffic. So.
What do you tell? 'Cause I know you mentor people too. So what do you tell younger people? I can say this to you now, younger people,
Yeah, for sure.
about real estate in South Los Angeles.
Yeah, so I just tell them it's hard.
Okay.
And it's not your fault that you don't own a home right now.
Okay.
I'm just truthful. I keep it real. Buying 20 years ago is completely different than it is now, right? So when Dodd-Frank was enacted and all these regulations were put into place by Obama because of the housing collapse that happened last time, the joke in the industry I hear a lot of lenders tell me is basically if you had a pulse and a FICO score, they'd ask you, where do you want to sign? And you'll get the keys to your home.
Yes.
There's no verification of employment, anything like that. And that's what caused the housing crash last time. So nowadays, you're probably not going to see a crazy housing crash like we did last time.
Okay.
You will see a reduction in values, but you probably won't see a crash, a crazy crash where it tanked and house went and slashed in half or more.
Okay.
Because that was the instability of the market, right? A lot of people were just getting homes and then getting 2 or 3 homes, and they weren't paying on them, and then they just let it go, and then it ballooned, and then it blew up.
I know people
right?
did that.
And so for a lot of people, when they got in, it was good. A lot of those people held on to their homes. And so it was great because now they have a big foundation to work with. They rented them out. They did the right thing.
Yeah.
And if you did that before 2007, 2008, great. But nowadays it's a lot harder to qualify. That in conjunction with the student loan crisis.
Yeah.
Right? My generation has a student loan crisis where a lot of us went to school and tuition and cost of living both went up at the same time. And now a lot of us owe an excessive amount in student loans.
Ugh.
And so it makes it really tough to qualify for a home. So I tell people, be patient, but put a game plan together.
Yeah.
Start now. If you start now, you're going to be ahead in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Entry level mortgage in LA is probably at least $2,400 a month.
Okay.
Right? But that's the cost of living these days. Right? So 24, if you basically really 3,000 to get like a pretty decent home, but 24 is really entry level.
Okay.
But with programs like the city of Inglewood's rolling out, where all you have to qualify for is $250,000, then that means your mortgage is going to be probably a little bit less than $2,000 a month.
Do you recommend people partner up?
Yeah, if that's something, if you can really trust somebody though.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to be very skeptical about that, right? So let's say you and a friend, or you and a cousin, or you and a sibling want to buy a home together, right? I'd say, you know what, go ahead and do it. Why not?
Okay.
Right? Because your value is going to go up eventually over time.
Right.
I say don't look in buying something and selling it within a year or two. It's got to be at least a 5 to 7, maybe even 10-year plan, right?
Yeah.
But if you can do something with somebody and buy and invest, I say it works to your benefit, right? Because eventually either somebody can buy you out the other half, or you guys can both sell, make $50,000 each, or whatever the case, and then sell later on, right? There's a lot of other programs available from LA County directly that you can get to buy a home. affordable housing programs.
Okay.
Right? So essentially, there's a program where you can essentially buy a home with zero down. So they can, if your FICO scores are 680 or higher, and everybody qualifies, you can buy a home. They can give you all the money to get in. So you
Okay.
just have to qualify for the mortgage, and that's the tough part, right?
Okay.
Qualifying for that $24,000 or $3,000 a month
Right.
mortgage. That's more so the biggest challenge compared to the down payment. Down payment's not an issue anymore. It's
Okay.
being able to afford that mortgage is the
Okay.
issue, right? So there's a lot of options out there, really, at the end of the day, and it's just you have to make a game plan, put it together, and starting today is going to benefit you because in 5 years from now, you're going to really be thankful that, hey, you know what, I have keys to my new home because
See?
I sat down, I buckled down, and I committed today.
See? And with that note, we'll be right back with more Extra Connections here on the After Party Radio.
Where are my Guess jeans? Where is my swatch? Where are my neon signs that I used to watch? Time to turn off Dallas. Time to turn on Prince. Time to dance on the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling. Centipede is my brother. Gallagher is my good friend. Frogger is my protector. Miss Pac-Man is my best friend. Centipede is my brother. Gallagher is my good friend. Frogger is my protector. Miss Pac-Man is my best friend. I'm going back to the future. Living the rapture of love. My future's so bright. Fits like a sequin glove. I want my MTV. I want my Guess jacket. I want my Rubik's Cube. I think I can have it. Centipede is my brother. Gallagher is my good friend. Frogger is my protector. Miss Pac-Man is my best friend. Centipede is my brother. Gallagher is my good friend. Frogger is my protector. Miss Pac-Man is my best friend. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me then? I miss living in the 80s. I miss where I've been. The hairspray and the shoulder pads. The stonewashed jeans. Duran Duran and Culture Club. Electric dreams. Ataris and Texas Instruments. Jerry curls. Gold chains and Adidas. I miss those worlds. Centipede is my brother. Gallagher is my good friend. Frogger is my protector. Miss Pac-Man is my best friend. Centipede is my brother. Gallagher is my good friend. Frogger is my protector. Miss Pac-Man is my best friend.
Hi, we're back, and I'm stuck. Here we go. I'm stuck. Oh my goodness, I'm stuck. Oh, there we go. Here I am. Extra Connections, That's Party Radio, live. This is live. Of course, I love it. And I was like, oh my God, putting my head back. Here, I'm here with Jerry Morales, of course, and we're going to play. Now it's time for play our game.
Uh-oh,
that
game
we do.
time.
We're going to roll the dice. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll it kind of gently to have it land on here
Okay.
somewhere, and wherever it lands, I read it and you answer the question that's on there.
All right.
So
Everybody,
no cheating.
give me some good luck.
Isn't good like no whammy, no whammy.
Let's go. Ooh, green.
Okay. So this is, you have to complete this sentence. I feel confident
when I have a good walk in the morning
Oh.
with my dogs. And it sets my tone for the whole day.
I like that.
It really does.
Okay.
It's like my morning routine involves waking up and walking my babies. The babies. Jack and Jill.
Jack and
So
Jill.
Jack Russell and a white shepherd.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So every morning involves me walking Jack first because he's the Jack Russell. He has all the energy.
Oh, the energy, all the
and
energy.
then
Yes.
Jill's like chill. Like I don't care either way. Like
Yeah.
she's like, I might go back to bed. If you walk me, I'm down, but maybe not.
Aw, how
If
cute.
you want to be lazy today, I'm cool with that. I'm like, yeah. But walking both of them, it just different personalities. Jack's like, okay, get my energy going.
Yes.
And then Jill's a mellow one, where she's kind of strutting her stuff, like
Aw, how cute.
doing her thing, And so it's just a good time to appreciate that day.
Okay.
And then set the tone for what I have to do that day. Is it a busy day?
Yes.
Is it a weekend? Am I off today?
Oh, right.
Am I doing a lot in the morning and then nothing at night? Am I doing nothing in the morning and a lot at night? Like, what am I, It's one of those things. It's a really reflective period for me.
Do you get up early?
I used to. I started changing my schedule. So I was a big gung-ho on get up at 5 and go to gym and do all that.
Okay.
I've actually started to change that. So now my schedule is approximately I wake up about 8 or 9 a.m.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So not early, but not late.
I guess so, yeah.
And I go to bed around anywhere from midnight to 2 a.m.
Oh, my God.
So I get my 7, 8 hours.
You do. You get them.
And I maximize my time and my day.
Yeah.
Because, I realized that getting up early, what I was doing is I still work late. Like I do showings after work, and I'll get home at 9 sometimes.
Right.
So
you were literally working longer. You're up longer.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I get home, all I have time for is to just go to bed and crash.
Yes.
Nothing pressing happens in real estate at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's not like, oh my God, the sky's falling at 8:30 a.m. because I didn't turn in this. It's like none of that really happens.
You need to open the store or anything.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to open the store. Like if you're calling me at 8:30, chances are it's not an emergency.
Yeah.
Right. Just a call.
Banks
back.
aren't even open yet, so hello. Open at 9.
Exactly. Right. I usually tell people call me. I prefer calls between 9 and 7.
Makes sense. Okay.
Good. That way, give cut off time and don't call me before. Right. I've called clients. I've talked to clients at 11, 8 p.m.
Well, of course, that's like a rare. You don't want that to be a
or
really
early in the
normal.
morning before they go to work. If we schedule it in advance.
Yes.
I'm very accommodating. But for the most part, I got over the whole listen to every, self-help guru. I love them. Tony Robbins, to Grant Cardone.
Yes, I know all that.
Yeah, I get it. Get up early. But my biggest thing is maximize the time that you're using on this planet. And that could be either you get up at 5, but if you're not maximizing your time throughout the day, then what's the point, right? I can get up at 8 a.m. and be very efficient until 2 a.m.
Right. Well, I'm all about sleep. So to me, I get 7 or 8 hours a night.
Yeah.
I do every night. People are like, how do you do your 20 different things? I maximize my time during the day. I have good time management. It's like you have good time management. You work it out.
That's the key.
That's key.
You have to have good time management. So for my thing is do all the important things I need to do. Walk the dogs, breakfast, and then gym.
Okay.
All that has to be done before 11 a.m., noon at the latest.
Okay.
Then I can start doing the appointments and calls. Okay. So real estate is all about prospecting. I have to go out there and door knock or make calls. So that usually gets done between the hours of 12 and 3.
Got it.
Right? And then after 3 or 4, people start getting out of work. So it's either callbacks or showings.
Okay.
Right? Because a lot of people start showing homes after 3 or 4 p.m.
Okay.
Just depends on the day.
Okay.
So as long as I'm doing what we call in real estate 2 hours of prospecting, which is making calls or door knocking or doing something to build a business, then I'm doing A-okay.
Okay.
Right? And then everything else in between.
Okay. Wow.
So that's really the key. It's consistency, right? Everybody can get into shape. Everybody can do all these things if they're consistent about it, right?
Yes.
And it's just discipline.
I say set your own hours. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
but I'm all about sleep. I'm like,
I feel that.
I get sleep.
And so for me, it's just the thing that was, and again?
You can do it again.
Yeah. So biggest thing is, just finding out what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different. Again.
Do it again.
Hey, you know the color of my car, right?
Yes, green. His car's green.
I have a green Mercedes, so.
He's bougie.
Oh, orange.
Okay. Oh. The best compliment you have ever received.
You have a warm soul.
Oh,
Got that in college one time. Somebody was all like, you have a very warm soul. I love it a lot. Good friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
She's really cool. I just like that. I was like one of the first 2 weeks I was there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you don't really know anybody.
You are a nice guy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you have a nice
and to receive a compliment like that early on in my college career kind of set the tone. Like, hey, this is okay. I'm who I want to be, and I'm establishing myself.
I've known you now for several years now, but you seem like you're a nice guy. Do you have like a bad side?
Everybody does. Sure.
I can't picture it.
I do. Yeah, everybody does.
I can't even picture it. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
I can't picture him.
Everybody has a bad side.
I can't picture you being mean. Everybody has it. I'm perfect. I don't know what he's talking about. There you go.
Just don't see me when I'm hangry, okay?
Hangry. So
I
there we
get
go.
hangry. No, I do.
Like,
I'm like my grandpa. I used to tell my dad, like, hey, man, I gotta eat or I'm going to get
see,
hangry on
there you go. So that's one thing.
The double rolls every
You
time.
did double rolls. Someone's supposed to
Hey, I
mean
need to go to
something.
Vegas.
I need to go back and say, you need to go to Vegas.
Triple roll.
You can do it
Green
again.
and orange all day.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
blue.
this one good. Okay. One thing that makes me special is could be personal or professional. It could be anything. What makes you special?
I'm gonna just go with my hair, my curls.
You are. That's like Jerry Curl. Jerry
Yeah.
Curl.
Yes.
Yes.
I love to play my name. Well, I had long Jerry curls in high school. It was like
Really?
a signature thing, freshman and sophomore year.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
And I won freshman homecoming prince because of my curls. It wasn't me. It was the hair. It was the hair.
The hair, I love it.
I didn't win the hair one.
Yeah.
It did. No, it did. It carried me. That hair won for me.
No, I know hair. I know hair. Trust me, I've had every hairstyle I could think of. Look at I just posted a picture in my yearbook in '87. I had a hairstyle then too. But yes, hair makes a difference, and you can grow. You have a nice head of hair.
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody has good hair, so sorry, but some of us have good hair.
All right. Let's try to get this pink.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good last one. One way I like to help others is.
Ooh.
It's a good one to end on.
Well, just by doing something very selfless, whatever that is, and just giving them a piece of me, my soul,
Your warm soul.
my warm soul, that is.
Yes.
Just whatever it is, whether it's helping somebody. Like, I'll never forget one time I was at Costco and my dad, there's a guy who was pushing a shopping cart. He was struggling. He was trying to get this dog food in there, and he just stops it and puts his didn't say anything. And just helps, like all these people are walking by and just seeing this guy,
of course.
and we're walking down the aisle, and like all these people are just not helping him.
Yeah, of course.
And he just stops and pushes it and helps the guy, and like there you go, teamwork. So if there's ever a little instance, it's always the little things in life, right? It's never those grandiose,
I agree.
big things, right?
I agree.
So if I can just hold the door open, if I can just give somebody a compliment, if I look like somebody's walking and they're kind of sad, I just say, hey, hope you're having a good day, or just something, you know, just the little things. To me, it's always a little thing. So if I could say something or do something, very minor to somebody in their day and just help them with their interaction of life, like I feel good.
Well, you're affecting change anyway. By being a realtor and giving people their homes, you're affecting change right now. So that's good. You are. And I want to thank you for being on the show, of course.
I appreciate it.
Tell people where they can actually find you if they want to hire you.
Jerry Morales on social media on Facebook. You could find me on Twitter, Jerr Morales. And then on Instagram, Jerry Curl Morales. Yeah, CURL, Jerry Curl with the J. Jerry Curl Morales. So you can find me across social media. Search me on Facebook, add me, check me out, and I'm going to start doing client appreciation parties next year.
Okay.
So you'll be invited.
I will come.
Everybody's a client, whether it's a future client, past client, or current.
I will come support you.
And just a way to have a mixer, have fun, and mingle, and do all those great things. So hopefully we could do some movie in the park type stuff too. Those are kind of things I'm working on developing in the future.
Stuff going on.
Stuff
cooking.
So let's see what we can do. Help the boy from the wood grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's one of ours.
Yeah, so we can help each other. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. Takes a village. That's all he does. And speaking of my village, thank you all of you out there who watch my show, who watch, who download, who listen to it, who make views. I appreciate it very much. I'm doing this for you, trying to connect with you out there, because it's all about connection, and I'm all looking for connection. We come to you from Inglewood, the after party. Thanks to Brittany, everybody here at after party, of course, and Miss Montana, loving a shout out to her, who runs things. I'm so glad to be here. I've been here several months now. I can't believe it. It's been, I know, I think like my 10th show or whatever. It's like this is going by so fast. So I can't believe it. I'm so happy to be here with you guys every week on Mondays. I have a guest next week. She is a rapper who's 16.
Whoa.
Her name is Annabelle, and she'll be in here with us. And we're going to talk about music and what she's writing her own music.
Wow.
So all kind of stuff, yes. And then the week after that, on Monday, I have a professional organizer who handles photos, your memories. So I have some good guests. I also have star host AJ Gibson coming up in October. I got all kind of people coming into the show because I love doing this and doing this for you guys. You can follow me where? On all social media platforms where all James Lott Jr.'s are sold, at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms across the board. JamesLottJr.com, ALottaHelp.com. Just Google James Lott Jr. You'll see all the 20,000 things that I do. It's my books, music, everything's all out there. And until next time, connect with each other. See you next time.
Hey, this is your girl DJ Tease. and right now you're tuned in to the freshest music and the hottest shows 24/7 on the afterparty.com.
She rocks the party that rock the body. First lady DJ of Definition DJ.